Thanks to our friends at The Motley Fool for sponsoring this video. Visit fool.com/ASYM for the top 10 stocks to buy right now. Apple announced a VR headset this week, but I don't think that was the most important announcement this week. That title actually goes to the company's new silicon chips. Apple has now completed the transition to fully Apple designed silicon and now has a new chip called the M2 Ultra. This has really become the company's differentiator for not only iPhones, but Macs and now VR headsets as well. So that's what I want to dig into is exactly what was announced and how this could impact the company going forward. My name is Travis Hoyam. Thanks for watching Asymmetric Investing. Please subscribe here on YouTube for all my content. And let's check out the news release to show exactly what Apple came out with this week. So this is the M2 Ultra. This is a faster CPU and GPU graphical processing unit with even more unified memory. So memory on the chip. This is built on TSMC's 5nm process and actually pulls together two M2 Max chips, doubling the performance, 134 billion transistors. So just an incredible amount of processing power. The idea here for Apple is to continue to invest in the Pro line of products. So the Mac Pro, the Mac Studio, which I'll come to in just a second, and really give creators who are doing video editing or graphical design the kind of tools that they need on the Mac ecosystem to create the products that they're doing. One of the things that may not get a lot of attention, but I thought was actually really important is the display engine supports up to 6 Pro Display XDRs. So just an incredible amount of displays that you can plug into a small device like this. And now the full lineup, which you can see here, is on Apple Silicon. This is the other hardware that they announced, Mac Studio and Mac Pro with Apple Silicon. So this is the Mac Pro on the right here. That has not been a great seller for Apple. Very, very expensive computer and just a very niche use case. But the Mac Studio is likely to be a bit more successful and is now going to have these more advanced chips. This would be the kind of computer that somebody's going to use if they want to have a desktop and not necessarily a MacBook Pro. Don't really need that ability to move around. Maybe you want the ability to connect more displays. This is something as I'm doing more video editing that I'm actually considering having this sort of a device because the speed and performance that something like the M2 Ultra chip brings is actually really important, saves a lot of time when you're doing things like editing video. The live rendering is also really critical for things like live streaming or creating content. So as more and more content is created basically on the fly, this is going to put Apple in a situation where they can compete with PCs that are powered by things like NVIDIA's high-end chips. So as NVIDIA focuses more on artificial intelligence and the data center, maybe this gives Apple an opportunity to grow a little bit in the PC side. Apple has really leaned into the one differentiation that it has in personal computing, and that is the chips that it's designed and the fact that it's integrating the hardware and the software all in one system, designing everything involved. The creator community, specifically the art community, has always been a group that has been heavily invested in Apple and Apple products. So that's really a key constituency for Apple. And this is really a nod to what those creators need because they don't want to moving to a different ecosystem like PCs and NVIDIA. So I think this gives Apple a lineup of products that's going to be really compelling for a lot of creators. The other advantage is that a lot of these tools are now compatible with things like iPads or even iPhones. So you're able to use all of these devices together to create content. Just a really attractive ecosystem. And the power of it really comes down to these custom chips. That was a big announcement, didn't get a lot of attention or even a lot of time on stage from Tim Cook. But I think this is far more important long term for the company's trajectory because this is the kind of sustainable advantage that they're going to be able to build on. Notice that the new headset has a custom chip. All of the new iPhones have custom chips. This has become a core competency and a core differentiation for Apple. And that should be very appreciated by investors. Was the new chip something that you noticed? Let me know in the comments section below. Don't forget to follow Asymmetric Investing. Thanks for watching, everybody. See you here next time.